What is the number one strategy that will get you teenagers and young adults accepted into their dream college? I got asked by parents regarding this question all the time. This is my answer, and my answer may surprise you. It is not about their SAT scores, test scores, exam scores, or GPA. So if you are interested in learning more about my take on this, my answer to this question, keep on watching. Hi, welcome to the channel of Classroom Without Walls. My name is Dr. I. I'm a professor turned entrepreneur. If this is the first time that you are stopping by, thank you so much. On this channel, I talk about the missing links in education and why supplementing outside the classroom is no longer an option but a necessity. On this channel, I talk about the things that you do have to supplement outside the classroom for your teenagers and young adults in order for them to become career ready and life ready. So, what is the number one strategy that will get you teenagers and young adults accepted into their dream college? And before I share the number one strategy, I want to talk about a very common mistake that parents and teenagers, they tend to make when it comes to college admission. It doesn't matter they are going to a state college or an Ivy League school. Many students and parents included tend to make this mistake. The mistake is that they think their SAT scores, their children's GPA test scores are the number one factor that determines whether or not their children will be accepted by a dream school, a dream college, or even an Ivy League school. And that is absolutely not the case for two specific reasons. The first reason is the decreasing importance of test scores. And I have some really compelling data to share with you. As of 2022, 1,815 plus schools do not require ACT or SAT scores from current high school seniors applying for college in 2022. So almost 2,000 schools no longer consider ACT, SAT scores in terms of college admission. So the next question you want to ask yourself, okay, you guys are no longer require ACT or SAT scores, so what are you guys actually looking at, right? So if grades are becoming less important, what else is becoming more important? So I'm going to share in a second what else is becoming more important. But before I get into my second point, I just want to make it very clear, this is a trend. More and more universities are not going to consider how high or how low your children's test scores are because they simply do not matter. If you are still so stressed out about your children's losing a point, earning a point, you are really missing the bigger picture. And if you really want to dive deeper into this topic, I actually recently did my very first TEDx talk talking about this problem, talking about why grades do not matter. And if grades do not matter, what does matter? So if you're interested in learning more about the decreasing importance of SAT, ACT, test and exam scores, I highly recommend you check out my TEDx talk and let me know in the comment what you think about my TEDx talk. I definitely made some big statement in my talk. And the second reason regarding this common mistake is based on another compelling study that I want to share with you. The study is conducted by Adobe. The study is called, as you can see on the screen, The Deciding Factor. Okay, so for this study, they conducted in summer 2020, and they surveyed 250 US college admissions decision makers and 250 US high school college placement counselors and 1,000 US high school students. They also conducted in-depth interviews with 4 US college admission decision makers and 4 US high school college placement counselors. Okay, you don't have to remember the numbers, the specific details. You just need to know this is a solid, compelling study. What I'm about to share with you is going to shift what you are thinking about test scores and exam scores. What are you going to see on the screen right now is on this slide, based on this study from Adobe, they actually highlighted a number of skills that are becoming more and more important. So for the first reason, I talked about how almost 2,000 schools are no longer considered test scores. Okay, so if they are no longer doing that, what are they looking at right now? So on this slide, you see the rising popularity of 3 important softer skills, including interview, communication, creativity, and showing personality and authenticity. And I have done quite a few videos regarding the importance of interview skills. And there's one project that I highly recommend if your children, teenagers, and young adults are struggling with their communication skills, public speaking skills, interview skills. Definitely check out that video. I give you a very specific, powerful project that you can do at home to really help your children improve their interview communication and the speaking skills, okay? But interestingly, you notice that GPA is not number 1, right? GPA is actually importance number 4, and SAT, ACT scores are actually importance number 6. So, going back to what we were talking about earlier in this video, what is the number 1 strategy that will help your teenagers and young adults be accepted into their dream college? And I just shared 2 reasons with you to tell you why you should not be only looking at test and exam scores. The first reason being that almost 2,000 schools are no longer considered SAT and ACT scores. And number 2 is based on this really compelling Adobe study telling you that here are the 3 important skills that are becoming more and more crucial in terms of college admissions. And SAT, GPA, they didn't make it to the top 3 list. So that is enough for parents and the students to really think about. Now, hopefully you'll understand the common mistake that parents and students tend to make in terms of getting their children accepted into a dream school, Ivy League or public school. So now let's talk about the number 1 strategy that will actually get your kids into those dream schools. Not the test scores. I hope the 2 reasons persuaded you. This is the number 1 strategy. The number 1 strategy is to focus on creation, not memorization, not regurgitating information, not working on test scores. Okay, so hear me out. I'm going to explain in a second what I mean by creation. What you see on the screen right now, it is called Bloom's Taxonomy. This is a hierarchy of learning and has quite a few different levels. The lowest level of learning is remember. And from remember, it goes up to understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and the highest level of learning is to create, okay? Many schools, many students make this mistake. They think remembering information, regurgitating information, and scoring really high on the SAT, ACT, GPA, test exam scores is the key to learning, is the key to being accepted into a dream school. But as you can see from the Bloom's Taxonomy, remembering is the lowest level of learning. Okay, remembering, just because you score really high on SAT score or test score, it only shows that, okay, you know certain definitions. You are very good at remembering information. You can probably understand something, but are you a good creator? Those test scores tell you nothing in terms of your ability to produce and create original work. Okay, so mark my words, more and more universities are going to eliminate test scores because test scores mean nothing when it comes to career and life readiness. That's why if you are a smart parent, I think you are as you are watching my video, you really need to help your children supplementing outside the classroom to help your children to do more creation-focused projects, okay? They are spending hours at school doing memorization, regurgitating information, stressing so much about test exam scores. You have no choice about that, okay? If your children go to school, they have to do that. But once they come back home, outside the classroom, you absolutely have to help your children create original work. If you want to help them get into their dream Ivy League school or whatever, want to get them into their dream school, more and more universities are going to look at your children's ability to create, okay? I also want to make sure that you understand this point as clear as possible. You want to help your children create new or original work, as you can see on this taxonomy, okay? They need to have their own original ideas, not being a copycat. This is also going back to the Adobe Study I shared earlier. As you can see, creativity, communication, interview skills, authenticity, personality. So many children nowadays, they just blend in. How do I know this? I was a college professor for 10 plus years. My students are becoming more and more similar. They read similar books, they take similar classes, they join similar clubs, they do similar things, and they become so similar, okay? That is not the key, and that is not the secret to help your children become career ready, life ready, and be accepted by a dream school. Because schools want you to be unique. They want you to be different. They want you to be you, okay? And the best way to showcase that is to do creation-focused projects. This is probably the topic for another video. And in fact, at Classroom Without Walls, what you see on the screen right now, it is our 3-phase process to help teenagers and young adults become career ready and life ready. The very first phase is called preparation, and the second phase is called creation. We have an entire phase dedicated to creation, and every single project that I listed under the second phase is designed with the intention to help our children create new and original work. This is no longer an option. This is a necessity if you want to help your children get into a dream school and eventually become successful in life, okay? So not memorization, not SAT, not test scores. Start doing creation-focused projects. And if you want to learn more about what are some type of creation-focused projects that your teenagers and young adults can do, and you can use the link on the screen right now to book a call with me, and I will do a personal career and life readiness assessment with your children to help them identify things, some specific creation-focused projects they can do to help them become accepted by their dream school and become successful in life, okay? So use the link on the screen and to book a free call with me. Now you know the #1 strategy to help them get into their dream college and university. And the next question I want to challenge you and invite you to think about is, will a dream school, including Ivy League schools, help my teenager and young adult become career ready and life ready and successful in life? Will that dream school help my children succeed in life? If that is the question you're thinking about, definitely check out the video, and I can give you a short answer now. A dream school is no longer a guarantee to your children's career readiness and life success. It is no longer a guarantee. I hate to tell you this, but it is the fact. Okay, so check out that video if you're interested in learning more about this. And thank you so much for watching. And if you gained any value out of this video, please subscribe and hit the bell button so that you'll be notified every time when I release a new video. Thank you so much.